So hello everyone and welcome back to the Deercast. Today we thought we'd bring you a video on this, which is the Pinewood Furudal Smock that has been very kindly sent to us by Monarch Country Products. So big thank you to Monarch for letting us give this a go. I've been using this for the start of the fallow season. We're just getting into the does now, so I've been wearing this pretty much on every stalk, and I've just been up to Scotland and I wore this out on the hill as well, so I feel like I've given it a really good go, and I'm really impressed. I think the thing you've really got to remember with smocks, it's the same thing with all clothing really, is you've got to assess it based on its price point, and these are about 200 quid, and I think for the money you get a hell of a lot of value for that. Just to start off, it's got a hell of a lot of pockets, which is really handy. So you've got a big pouch down here, which is brilliant for all sorts of soft things. And then you've got hand pockets in here that all go into this pouch, which you also can access from the top. As well as that, another thing I really like is that you can unzip the whole side up. So if you, like I was, are up on the hill in Scotland, you're expecting rain, but you know it's really hot and you're walking up a hill and you get really, really roasting hot, you can actually open all of these up and you get a lot of ventilation, and then when it pisses down with rain you can zip yourself up and be all nice and cosy. It's got a really good hood. I will just take the microphone off so I can do it all up for you to show you. When you're like this, it's super cosy, and you can adjust the sort of hood at the back. It's got a good stiff brim to it as well. You know, wind and rain and things like that, especially if you're wearing a buff or something like that, really doesn't seem to get in. The hood is also removable as well if you don't like a hood. So I quite like that feature. The cuffs are also quite clever. They've got a little, it's like a sort of double cuff. So you've got the normal hem there, and then inside there is also another set of fabric, and you can even put it through your thumbs like that. So it really stops any sort of wind and rain going up your cuffs, and then you can also obviously do up the Velcro. So that's quite a nice little feature. The material is like a sort of brushed fabric-y type thing. It's like a low noise, and sometimes with these I find that they're not that waterproof, but I had this literally in driving rain in Scotland, and I stayed dry as a bone, so it is clearly quite waterproof, and good for that purpose. So like I say, you can get one of these from Monarch Country Products for about just a little bit over 200 quid. I think there's a lot of smock for the money when you compare it to other brands. You know, I think to get a sort of similar quality smock from other brands, you might be paying more into the sort of 300, 400, 500 even pound bracket. So I actually think it's a hell of a lot for the money. So do let us know what you think in the comments. As always, please like, comment and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.